Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV. As always, if thank you for tuning in, and if this is your first time coming across the channel, or you haven't subscribed as yet, definitely hit that subscribe button. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Usain Bolt. He recently launched one of the stadiums that will be hosting matches in the World Cup, along with West Indies legend currently Ambrose and a few others. So we're going to be discussing that. And also the official warm-up matches for the T20 World Cup have been announced. There are a few notable fixtures in there, including the match between the West Indies and Australia. So we're going to be discussing that as well. So just stay around to the end of the video while we discuss these topics. Right. So starting with Usain Bolt. If you don't know, so Usain Bolt is an official ambassador for the T20 World Cup, which will be taking place in the West Indies and the US this year, starting in June. And he's been touring, doing various tours, for the International Cricket Council, doing various promotional tours and stuff like that. And most recently, he launched, or unveiled the Nassau County Cricket Stadium, which is the new stadium that was built in New York for this Cricket World Cup, the T20 World Cup. He recently unveiled that stadium. Obviously it's been under construction for a while, and the construction has finally been completed. So Usain Bolt, being the ambassador, he went there, along with currently Ambrose and a few other notable sports personalities to unveil that stadium to the world. It's a brilliant stadium. It looks beautiful, and actually this stadium will host quite a few interesting matches. It will host most of India's group stage matches. And if you know anything about cricket and India and their crowd following, this is a big feat for that stadium, a brand new stadium, to be hosting India of all teams. India is one of those teams that have the largest following in cricket. They have fans all over the world. The India team, no matter where they play, it always seems like they're playing a home game. And especially in the US, where the population of Indians is huge as well. It will definitely be a good venue to host them. And in order to host India, you definitely have to be the venue and everything surrounding the venue has to be top notch. So the stadium is definitely up there in quality and ability to host such high class events and top quality teams, right? And when you talk about cricket, it doesn't get any bigger than hosting India or India's matches. So and this stadium as well will I think there are about 8 matches that will be played in total at the stadium, including matches between Sri Lanka and South Africa. Big match that, right? Two top quality opponents. Any of them have a chance of winning the World Cup. Also, India and Ireland, like I mentioned, it will be hosting most of India's games. India versus the US as well. South Africa versus Bangladesh. But I think the biggest one of them all will be the match between India and Pakistan. So the Nassau County Cricket Stadium will also host the match between India and Pakistan. A clash between heavyweights of cricket and just rivals. India and Pakistan are huge rivals. So, that will be a big match in the World Cup, and it will be hosted here. So Usain Bolt unveiling this stadium, to the world is definitely a big thing. Like I mentioned, currently Ambrose was there as well, the West Indies cricket legend. So, a huge shout out to both Usain Bolt and Curly Ambrose for being a part of the unveiling of the Nassau County Cricket Stadium. I'm definitely looking forward to see, how everything goes with the stadium, from how the pitch plays and everything. The stadium looks beautiful. So definitely looking forward to see the matches that are played at the Nassau County Cricket Stadium. So moving on to the warm-up matches. So the official warm-up matches were announced by the ICC, and there will be about 16 matches in total, and some notable warm-up matches. So the warm-up matches will take place from May 27th to June 1st, and then obviously the official matches for the World Cup will start. There are some notable warm-up matches as well. So I have here, so India and Bangladesh will be playing in a warm-up match. Sri Lanka and Ireland will be playing in a warm-up match. Sri Lanka and the Netherlands as well, will be playing in a warm-up match. And then from a West Indies standpoint, this is a big warm-up match. West Indies and Australia will also be playing in a warm-up match. For the West Indies, this is definitely for both teams, right? Because it's not West Indies also have good quality, and teams definitely like to gauge themselves against the West Indies, who are the home team with a very talented lineup. But from a West Indian perspective, playing Australia in a warm-up match is definitely important in my opinion. Australia being the team that they are, with the quality batsmen that they have. Both quality Australia they have quality all around. So they have good batsmen, they have good bowlers. So it will definitely be a good test for the West Indies team heading into the World Cup. This is actually their final match before starting the World Cup to play against Australia. Just to that will be like the final gauge for the West Indies to see where they are or what they need to improve on. And I've done videos up on this channel, talking about the weakness of the West Indian bowling. And when I talk about batting lineups, I don't think they come as strong as the Australian batting lineup. There is a lot of big hitters in the Australian lineup. A lot of quality. You're talking about Warner, Travis Head, who's been just doing crazy things in the IPL, like Glenn Maxwell, Tim David, Cam Green. You could go on and on with the amount of big hitters, Stoinis, with the amount of big hitters that are in the Australian batting lineup. So it will definitely be a huge test for the West Indies, even though we played them earlier this year. But that was months ago. Now the World Cup is actually here. So playing them before the World Cup again, is definitely good. And definitely looking forward to see how the West Indies team do against Australia, especially the bowling, right? Because that's the biggest concern for me and for a lot of you cricket fans, West Indian fans as well, is how well will their bowling do. So to see them go up against Australia right before the World Cup, will definitely be good to see, to gauge where the team is at, especially bowling wise, and some of the bowlers. So like a Shamar Joseph, who we haven't seen a lot of, hopefully he will play in that Australian match, so we can, see him bowl more against Australia. And also the South Africa series will also be a huge test as well before the official warm-up match. So from a West Indian standpoint, the warm-up matches are definitely good. Especially from a bowling standpoint, the bowlers will be going up against very good batting lineups, which will give them a huge test heading into the World Cup, as they seek to win the title on home soil. So, but that's all I have for you in this video. If you're not subscribers, as always, thank you for tuning in. And do remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.